Hello everybody, this is Gregory with How I Lost Over 100 Pounds and Kept It Off for 30 plus years, where your weight loss and maintenance should be done with no hesitance. Now, today we're going to talk about 6 or 7 get to know me personal things about my background. Now, before we begin, if you need help with weight loss or you need some sort of weight loss guru, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also, check out my 2 podcasts, which I'll put pictures of later on, and my website, which has over 600 recipes and lots of information on how to lose weight and maintain it. All right, so I understand some of you might already know my history and my background, but some of you might be new to this channel. So I wanted to give you a little background on me and who I am and so forth. So as I mentioned in the inaugural video, I lost over 100 pounds and then kept it up for 30 years. I lost this weight when I was about 17 years old in my senior year in high school. And I was exceedingly overweight, which I'll talk about in future episodes on the Confessions of an Obese Child playlist. But I was really overweight. I mean, so overweight that I couldn't wipe my own butt because I was so big and other things like that, which I don't really want to talk about right here. But I eventually did lose the weight. So that was around 1991. So what has occurred for the last 31 plus years? Well, I am 48 years old, so you can do the math. I am 48 years old. I do have children. I was previously married and I have children, so I have children. I've never had any weight loss surgeries or anything like that. I never did any form of bariatric surgery. Back in the early 90s, that was not nearly as pervasive as it is now. And neither was, I think, one of the best biohacks, certainly not an impervious biohack or 100% efficacious biohack like intermittent fasting. But back in the 90s, we just didn't have a lot of tools at our disposal to lose weight. Yeah, we had lipo, but bariatric surgery didn't exist. And look, I'll have a future episode on some of the perils of bariatric surgery if that's one of the options that you're ruminating on. But I've never done any surgeries at all. I've never done any medications, fen-phen, anything like that. I've actually never been on prescription medications. If you go to the Awaken Man, which used to be called Holistic Health Radio, it's that podcast has maybe in the last year a lot more content that's about intersexual dynamics. But if you go back to the first 350 episodes, because there's about 580, it's all about biohacking your health, avoiding toxins. What are the toxins that we're exposed to? Plastics and parabens and electromagnetic radiation. I cover big pharma cover-ups and all these things like that. But I am not a big fan of big pharma. I'm not a big fan of medications because at best they're 50% therapeutic and 50% adverse. At best. And then we can get hooked on them. And I'm certainly not a big fan of the psychiatric drugs. But I have been fortunate in that I don't have, nor have I ever taken prescription drugs for weight loss, weight maintenance, or anything like that. What else you need to know? I don't have any degrees in anything health related. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a certified athletic trainer. I do have college degrees. They're all mostly in liberal arts. I even got up to the PhD level at one point in my life. So I do have degrees, but I don't have anything in health related. So my experience is my personal experience. And this is why I'm not in the future episodes really going to delve a lot into scientific ways to biohack your life, because A, that's not my forte, and B, the science always changes. A case in point was when I was young, my parents used to always tell me fat makes you fat. So what would we have in the house? Skim milk, fat-free Jell-O, fat-free pudding, all this aspartame toxin crap everywhere. Because Ansel Keys, and we'll talk about this guy later on, but he was really a pioneer telling everybody that saturated fats were bad for you, and that we need, looking back at it now, industrial grade vegetable oils is the way to go, and that you need to increase your diet with complex carbohydrates. We've seen the USDA food pyramid from the past. That pyramid made us look like pyramids, made us get fat. So the science keeps on changing. But my background is not medical related or anything like that. And I want to be very honest with you. I am certified as a health coach. I got this like 5-10 years ago because I thought maybe I would do one-on-one counseling with people. but I never really played it out to fruition. So I guess I could say that I'm a certified health coach, but you can get these degrees, these certifications online that mean nothing. So for all intents and purposes, I don't have any medical degrees in kinesiology or weight loss or anything like that. I'm not a nutritionist or anything like that. What else? Have I ever gained weight in the 30 years that I've lost my weight? The answer is yes. So there was a couple of times. I'd say the first time, so I lost my weight in 1991. I gained some weight in 1997, and I moved to Alaska where I went to get my graduate degree, and I lost my weight pretty quickly over there in a couple of months. I gained some weight in 2007 when my father passed away. 2007, it's been so long, I don't know, 2007, 2009. No, it was 2008. When my father passed away, I slipped into some bad habits, but I lost that weight. And then probably in 2015, I gained a little weight. So on both of these occasions, it was probably like 20, 30 pounds. I never got to the point where I'd regained my weight. I never got to that point. I've never been bigger than a size 38. As I mentioned in the first episode, I'm a size 34, 35 waist. And never in these 3 weight gain periods have I gained more weight that made me more than a size 38 waist. So, but there were times where I gained weight, and I'll have a future episode as to why I gained weight during those periods. But that's really what you need to know about me. My background, my age, no surgeries, no drugs, no medical background. I'm just a guy. I'm just a guy like you, a girl like you, whatever, like the Maroon 5 song. And I want to be very transparent and honest with you in that regard. I'm not some medical specialist. I'm not necessarily going to give you medical advice. I'll probably have some little stipulation somewhere, which I do have on the website, Naturopathic Earth. There's a link in the episode notes, that I'm not giving medical advice, because I'm not giving you medical advice. What I'm doing is just giving you my history and my experiences on how I lost the weight and how I've kept it out. That's what I'm doing here on this channel. So in future episodes, we'll start getting into more of the fleshier content. But I wanted to give you a little background on me. And the last thing is, I do live in the great state, former country of Texas. Guys, post in the comments. I'd like to hear from you. Give me a little background on you. Hit the notification, subscribe, and share button. That helps with the algorithm of YouTube so we can get this channel growing. And as always, take care.